Yo, what's up everybody? It's Drewberry. Now, they just dropped another developer update for Marvel Rivals, and this one, in my opinion, was a little bit more juicy. We got some really good stuff to cover here, but I'm going to quickly go through it because there's a lot that's covered that's kind of just generic in a way. It's nice to hear stuff like bullets and the impact, how it feels when you shoot has been improved, graphical improvements, as well as some new maps and stuff like that. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna skip through to the juicy parts, starting off with this screen right here. Okay, so this is very exciting. I think a lot of people, when they saw the patch notes from alpha to beta, it was underwhelming. It was very generic. It was just like a couple of lines of text explaining what the changes were, but didn't really provide context or numerical values to the changes that occurred. Well, they saw the feedback on that and they decided, okay, let's change that. So as you can see right here, I'm kind of covering it. Let me move myself up to the top. So you can see that they're going to show like the damage fall off, the range, the damage, the casting, and they're showcasing Jeff because Jeff is going to have the most changes. We've already kind of seen the changes from the Chinese test that happened just a month back, that he has been improved significantly. But regardless, they're using him as an example because he's probably got the most buffs. But I'm very excited to see this on their website, I believe is where they are going to put it publicly. So we'll see the cadence and like how frequent it's actually going to have changes like this detailed. But it's also just nice to see, oh, what's the fire rate? Who has the fastest fire rate? Who has the best range in the game? And yeah, you can figure it out in the training room, but just having something you can jump to, a resource, in my opinion, in this whole video, this was what I was most excited about, and the maps, of course. Okay, so let's get to it. So for the maps, I'm going to let it play out so you guys can kind of hear what they got to say. And you can see what's going on. And I'll pause and explain it in a little bit more detail. Get them a little louder there.
Starting with Season 0. Over the month-long season, we will be adding new maps, including 4 new quick match and competitive mode maps, 1 conquest mode map, and a new practice range to improve your skills. And let's take a look at some of the new maps. First, we have the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, featuring...
Okay, so we already knew about this. Wakanda has been shared quite frequently. We've seen details, footage, etc. But one thing that I thought was interesting to see is that it is 2 maps, maps 1 and 2. And you'll see what that means in a second here.
Domination and convergence modes respective.
Domination and convergence, okay? So domination is when there's 3 maps and you have to win 2 out of 3 to win the game. We saw that with Asgard. They had the 3 maps, and now they have it for Wakanda. The other one is Convergence. That might sound a little bit funky to you because there's another one. I can't even recall what it's called. It's like competitive, or I don't even know. But anyways, this one, Convergence, is where you fight for a zone, and if you win it, it starts a payload, and then you got to follow that payload to the end. So it's a bit of a hybrid map type, which was really fun. There was a Tokyo version of that. So excited to see that in this map in Wakanda.
Each offering a glimpse into a grand and mysterious future.
Looks so good.
Set in the chronoverse of unstable space-time. The special form of this.
Okay, so check this out.
This map has been titled Wrath of the Orisha.
Wrath of the Orisha. So this is one of many of the gods that you can roll into when you join into the map. Watch what this one does.
Where disjoining specific structures can unleash the rest of Wakanda's gods.
What? This is crazy.
Gameplay experience. Next,
I'm worried. Okay, my quick take on that. Punisher flying around like he's Iron Man. So obviously pretty cool. It's going to really influence the change of the battle. Like obviously you're kind of hovering there. You're slow. I think heroes like Hela or Hawkeye can snipe you. Very vulnerable in the air like this. Flyers probably have an advantage because they can just fly right through this. But I feel like this is a little bit on the gimmicky side, and it might make things a little bit funny, but hard to say. It also looks fun. It would depend on how frequent these vents, as you can call them, these vents occur during a match. We'll see. We'll find out more.
Experience. Next, shortly after launch day, we will head to Hydra Shattery Space.
Let's go to Hydra.
Where a domination mode
Hell's
takes you
Heaven.
into the volcanic heart of Antarctica, challenge you to shut down Hydra's interdimensional power. As the battle unfolds, the
Check this out. So this is the first look of Hydra. By the way, if you just want to watch this all the way through the whole video, I'll have it in the link, a link in the description. Watch what happens on Hydra. Because every map, every region has its own specific characteristic. Look at that. So the map changes. You get these pillars raising, so you got a little bit of extra coverage and whatnot. Now this is elevated, the zone of attack. Very interesting. I really like how this map is laid out. I know it can kind of look a little bit bland, I think you could almost say, but just from a fighting perspective, I think this is really fun. It's fairly open. There's very specific areas to position yourself. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Not to mention flyers can hide behind these. It's very tall, which is nice.
Finally, we will arrive at klyntar, symbiotic surface with a convergence that immerses players in the origins of.
Okay, so convergence once again. So fighting for a spot, you win it, and then you move forward. That's my understanding. Then the payload occurs. That's my understanding of those. If I'm wrong on that, then it's just the alternative where it's just strictly a payload. But I feel like I'm pretty confident that it's the hybrid version of a map type.
Symbiote, where darkness and chaos reign supreme. Engaging with the symbiotes during combat will transform the battle experience.
Look at that. You can attack things, make the region change. So you can create a bridge
with every interaction.
Do some other stuff. A wall.
Form of destruction, living symbiosis.
It's crazy. It's good.
The planet will respond to being attacked and reflexively build entirely new structures. Players can also embark on an adventure through the new conquest map, Tokyo 2099, Warped Ninomaru, where damaged environment debris will get sucked up into the portal directly above Tokyo 2099.
Okay, so this is very cool. Just an interesting take on Tokyo. Okay, so he just said, what did he say? He said the other map type, and now I'm blanking. Conquest. So I think Conquest is strictly a payload. If I've got it wrong, it's just the other way around. Both include a payload, so it's pretty much the same.
Lastly, we have designed a brand new practice.
And then they got a new practice range. So that's the maps. That's the details on the maps. All those maps that we just saw, they're all on launch. December 6th. It's not like wait till season 1 or whatever. Like these are all on launch. The beta and the alpha were so much fun, and we only had 2 regions to play. Now we've got 4 regions with a plethora of maps. Like it's a lot of people were worried about the maps, amount of heroes. They've got it covered. They've got it so covered. We have 5 more heroes to be announced in the next 2 weeks. This is insane amounts of content that they're adding right at the final bell. It's so exciting. Okay, so the rest of the video, he basically just talks about anti-cheats, which is great. They're really on top of it, and they're getting you out. If you plan on cheating, don't cheat. Don't be that guy. So if you want to watch the whole thing, I'll have a link. You can watch it yourself. But for me, obviously the maps are very exciting. Don't get me wrong. But I was most excited about hearing the patch notes and how there's going to be that data live on the website that we could check and just analyze and talk about. I think that excites me the most when I heard about this developer update. Super exciting. Okay, so this is volume 2 of the dev vision. I think, what are we running at, like 1 a week right now? I expect another one before the game launches, and it's probably going to be more focused on new heroes, cosmetics, season pass, storyline. Stay tuned. I have no idea if that's actually going to happen. That's just my take on things. So anyways, hope you're enjoying all this. It's so much fun. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.